Alright, so a fight to the finish, Sala, 1941. I drew the next formation shit here, first tank. Obviously Soviet first tank. Yeah, so flipping it around to the looking Soviet side, this is first tank right here, so it's the red formation here. Now that I'm looking at it, SS Nord, which was the first formation, the only thing left with that combat, I believe the only thing left not shown on video was the advance after combat. I think it's very, very simple. If the defender is not occupying the defending hex for whatever reason, one of the attacking non-artillery units may advance into the vacated hex. So the German, I'm sorry, Finnish. Wait, yeah, Finnish. Wait. I don't want to get this wrong. I assume that's, what is it? Where is it? Okay, must be Finnish. Alright, so the Finnish heavy weapons battalion here, motorized. What is that, machine gun? Motorized machine gun? Motorized machine gun, yeah, motorized machine gun battalion. The only unit left on the attacking side, but I went ahead. So the question is to advance or not. In that combat, this unit was occupying the road to Sala. So do I stay on the road and not advance, or do I advance, which takes me off the road? I think all things considered, and again, not playing in a gamey sense, I think in a tactical sense, I think this unit wants to advance. It takes him off the road, which isn't what I want. I wish he could stay on the road. I wish you were able to stay on the road, but I think advancing is the better thing to do to keep basically a continuous front of units, of Axis units or zones of control. Yeah. Alright, so that brings me to the first tank here, and there is something right away. So reinforcement phase, don't have that. Armored movement phase. So armored movement phase is the second phase of the formation segment. So this is considered first tank formation segment. Obviously we have a lot of armored movement. So this is any tank, recon, or motorized units in the active formation may move. That should be like everybody. Okay, so obviously we got all the tank units, we've got motorized infantry, we've got motorized artillery, motorized engineers, armored recon. Yeah, okay. Motorized headquarters. Okay, so it's the entire, obviously it's the entire formation as you would expect. Okay, so they all get to move here. Yeah. Now, okay, so then the question is, so this is the armored movement phase, by the way. So basically in a turn, so like you have an infantry unit, I'll say this real quickly. So the infantry unit has a movement allowance of 3. The motorized infantry has a movement allowance of 4. It's not actually that, it's 3 to 8, because the motorized infantry is going to have 2 movement phases basically. Because when you get to the normal movement phase, all units, including those that motorized tank units, etc., that have already moved, get to it. Okay. But now the real deal. So this armored movement phase. Okay, what do I do? Because I know that the Axis unit is coming on the map onto the map on this side. As a matter of fact, I know it's turn 3. The 6th Division is coming on the map, turn 3, and they're coming on over here. So these F6, what do they call them? Oh. Okay, it's not on the terrain key. Here it is. So the 6th Infantry Division, yeah, the Finnish 6th Infantry Division enters on turn 3 during their division's formation segment. at any hex on or between the two F6, Finnish 6th Division. For a moment there I was wondering what F6 stands for. Obviously Finnish 6th Infantry Division on the southern edge of the map. So on or between these two hexes. So obviously the question is, there must be some type of rule for how I handle what happens if the Soviets come here and occupy every... The problem is, I know it's happening. I know that this happens. So what happens? A unit unable to appear in its designated location because of enemy units or their zones of control may appear in the nearest map edge hex to its designated location, not in enemy zone of control. So I think that tells me that it's basically displaced, right? So if you have even enemy zones of control, I guess, yeah. So like even if, well, here I'll use red. So even if the Soviets occupy those 3 hexes, so they're on reinforcement hexes or they're zones of control, so they're controlling all these. I mean, I guess the Finnish division just can come on, they basically displace. Okay, so does that mean, okay, that sounds like effectively speaking the Soviets can't block them. So there's no problem there. And as a matter of fact, there would be no reason to go all the way down to the edge of the, 913, 912, yep. Okay. So, alright, so there's that. There's no blocking the reinforcements coming on. So then the question is, so then the next question would be, what are the victory conditions? So how should I use first tank? Should they stay back here? Should they move over here? Should they move down here? Should they move over here? I don't know. So let's see. Victory. Ending the game. Starting at the end of turn 5. Soviet players rolls 1 die. So you have what do you call it? A variable end. That's what it is. You have variable game end. The game is okay. The Axis player receives 1 victory point for each Soviet infantry. Okay, so that's stuff destroyed. Okay, the Axis player will get 4 victory points if he occupies Sala. 3 for each of Kerala. Okay, here's Kerala, right here in the center of the map. Kerala. So Soviets need to defend Kerala, and so 6th Finnish Division is coming on like this, perpendicular to Kerala there. And Makola. Is Makola down here? Back here? Where is Makola? Oh, here it is. Oh, so they got to defend this one too. Alright, so let me put these. Alright, so you got to defend Makola and Kerala. Obviously Sala. Okay, and Alakurta, which is way back here. It's almost to the edge of the map over here. That would be the east side. Yeah, I think it's the east side. Okay. Okay, so the Soviets get victory points for Kerala and Makola as well. Alright, so basically defending, not counting Sala, which is way over there on the frontier. Basically, they're defending the center of the map, this side of this, what is this, a lake? Lake, yeah. So, east side of the lake, plus Alakurti, obviously. So actually, first tank is between the reinforcements, Finnish 6th Division, and Alakurti. So actually, the first tank doesn't want to move off in an entirely different direction, because at least they would leave Alakurti uncovered. So now the question is where, basically I think where to make defensive lines, where to establish defensive lines for the Soviets. I think that's what it comes down to.